do it right in this order. That's assembly first. Good morning, Jackson staff and students. It is a thankful Thursday today as we follow our Tiger Truths of be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. I am so sorry that I'm running behind this morning. I was involved with a student situation and want to make sure that we are always safe and following our Tiger Truths at Jackson Elementary School. So once again, I apologize for running behind. I have Mr. Garrett Wendell Schaefer here this morning to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Come on up, Garrett. Good morning. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. We're going to place our right hand on our heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excellent job. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, and I forgot to say that Garrett is a student in Mr. Reese's 5th grade class. I also want to remind students that tomorrow is our PBIS assembly. Teachers, I'm sorry, I forgot to put it in our newsletter. I didn't see that come through when I was working on it in my calendar, but there is a PBIS assembly tomorrow, and it is in the afternoon. So we will get those things ready for that. And then I also want to say, boys and girls, if you are on the tech team, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in lab 306, we want to have all tech team members present because we do have tech team tomorrow morning. We have some things to review with everyone. Okay, do you recognize these? These very much might be your little glasses. If they are your little glasses and you've lost them, we want to make sure that we get those right back to you. So please let me know. You can come right to the office and that's where we'll have them. We've had them about 2 days and I just found out we have little brown glasses. And then boys and girls, I have just some safety things that I want to review with all of you. Just a general safety because as we get to this time of year, it's really important to review a few safety rules as you are walking to and from school, to and from a bus stop, or just out in the community. Whenever you're walking or riding your bike, please make sure that as a young student that you're doing it with a friend. It's much safer to have someone else with you and not to be going alone anywhere. But if you do go alone, please make sure that you're telling mom and dad or your significant adult that you're leaving and what time you should be back. Because if you weren't to come back, they would know then kind of what time to be checking and start looking for you. Because moms and dads do want you to be safe as well. So walk with a friend or ride a bike with a friend when possible, not alone. Stick to the route that you picked with your parents. So whenever you'd walk to school, there should be a most direct route that you and your parents have decided upon. Stay on that route. Don't go around the back way. Don't take an extended path home because, you know, stranger danger, boys and girls. We want to make sure that you are safe. So don't let your friends talk you into any shortcuts that are potentially dangerous. It's most important that you stay on the main sidewalk or the main streets as you're walking to and from school. So I know a couple of you, I've seen you take different routes home every day. We're watching, we want you safe. You go straight from school to home, no stopping at anyone's house. And please stay on the marked path. Never take rides, speak to, or accept gifts from any strangers. This is really important at this time of year. I know the weather is cold outside and somebody may pull up on the side of the street and say, hey, hop in, I'll take you home. No, never, ever accept a ride from a stranger. Never take gifts from strangers and never talk to strangers. And strangers are people that you don't know, and sometimes if your mom and dad have not told you to take the ride and they expect you to walk or ride your bike, that is exactly what you do. You don't ever, even if you know the person, get in the car and take a ride with them. Do you understand? This is strictly for safety. Kids should be focused and very aware of your surroundings at all times for your own safety. Listening to music with your earbuds in, talking on a telephone, playing games, and watching videos while you're walking or crossing the street is dangerous. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, I got these tips right from our Janesville Police Department because they're asking that all of us speak to the words of safety for our students. And so I find this very important that when you're walking to and from school, riding your bike, you're not listening and jamming to music with your earbuds in, that you really aren't playing on your phone, that you're alert and you're listening and you're watching. You know who's around you, you know what cars are around you, and you come from school to home. If you see anything that looks a little bit weird or out of place or anything suspicious, make sure that you tell a trusted adult. Tell one of your teachers at school, come to the office and tell me, or tell your parents because your adults around you can check out that situation for you. Trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, you know how you get that little feeling in your tummy a little bit? If something just doesn't feel right, it's probably wrong. So go home or come right to school. Let's not diddle-dally around. If you have any time that you are worried about anything and you're at home alone or not safe, you always know that you can dial 911 for any safety. Now, this is something that I know Mrs. Everhart and Mrs. Bush teach you in school and review, and they kind of taught it at the beginning of the year in some of the classrooms. And I know if you haven't had that lesson, they're going to be talking to you about that because it's always important. But right now, this time of year, as we start getting into the holiday season, and then you're going to be home for a couple weeks, it's always good to just review these practical safety standards for you. So try not to walk or ride a bike alone. Be fully engaged and paying attention wherever you're going, not tuned out with your music or looking at a cell phone. And really, if you see something weird or something that doesn't fit, go home and tell an adult or come to school and tell an adult. Okay? We want to make sure that everyone is safe at all times. I think that's all we have today. Let's make it a thankful Thursday, and don't forget to be awesome.
You have them in your hand? No, those are not. They look like they were when you were holding them up there. Because you didn't have them yesterday.